Hi, a warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to Becoming Better, the channel that shares knowledge on comprehensive personal development through great books. Did you know? When life's pressure cooker starts steaming and all those challenges knock the confidence right out of you, your body language could be your secret weapon. Yeah, that's right. Your body posture can actually help you power through life's hurdles. In today's episode of Becoming Better, we're diving into an incredible book called Presence, Bringing Your Boldest Self to Your Biggest Challenges by none other than Amy Cuddy. And what's it all about? It's about how your body decides who you are. Yup, the way you hold yourself, the way you move, it can change your brain, your mindset, your whole vibe. Think about it. How often do we just slouch our way through life, letting our body language be whatever it wants, just out of habit? But here's the kicker. If you tweak just a little bit of how you carry yourself, your whole life might take a wild, amazing turn. And Amy Cuddy knows a thing or two about this. Let me tell you, her journey is nothing short of inspiring. Back in her second year of college, she got into a nasty car accident that resulted in a traumatic brain injury, diffuse axonal injury, DAI, for those medical nerds out there. That accident knocked 30 points off her IQ. Yeah, you heard me. 30 points. She went from a bright, promising student to someone who felt like she was lagging behind. Friends drifted away and life got tough. She was struggling so hard that it took her an extra 4 years to graduate. But look at her now. Amy Cuddy is a social psychologist and a professor at Harvard University. That's right, Harvard. Her TED Talk, Your Body Language Shapes Who You Are, has racked up nearly 50 million views. And it's helped so many people change their lives. Amy has poured her heart into studying how body language impacts our minds. And guess what? Time magazine called her a game changer. She made their list of the top 50 women reshaping the world in the age of globalization. Oh, and she's also a global young leader at the World Economic Forum. Talk about a comeback, right? And all of this didn't happen overnight. It was a slow and steady process of changing her body behavior. So, in today's episode, we're going to dig into this book and explore how it can bring some of that magic into your life. How many times have you been in a high-pressure situation? A speech, an interview, a big presentation, an exam, or a crucial negotiation where you totally fumbled? You walk away afterward thinking, ugh, why didn't I say that? You get frustrated with yourself because you know you didn't bring your A game. Then later, when you've calmed down, all the best ideas come flooding in. And you're like, oh man, I should have done it like this. What gives? Why couldn't you think of it in the moment? You probably just chalk it up to nerves. Or maybe you think, I'm just not experienced enough, or I don't have what it takes. But let me tell you, the real issue is not that you're lacking talent or ability. It's that you haven't tapped into what Amy Cuddy calls your presence. Now, this presence is a kind of superpower. It's a force that lets you show up as your true self, even when the pressure's on, even when the odds seem stacked against you. When you have presence, you can handle massive stress without breaking a sweat. You're not sitting there second-guessing yourself, full of regrets. Instead, you're able to communicate your thoughts, express yourself fully, and let your real potential shine. When someone's inner strength reaches a certain level, their presence kicks in. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, you can calmly observe your thoughts and emotions, and you're able to see what's really going on in your brain without getting flustered. This strength flows from the inside out, from your mindset to your body language. So, how do you unlock this power? How do you build this unshakable presence? Well, that's what we're about to get into. Stick around because we're going to talk about how to cultivate this inner strength, so the next time you're in a tough situation, you can absolutely crush it. When we're faced with pressure, we tend to build mental walls for ourselves. First off, we often don't even know who we are. We hear all the time, be yourself. But let's be real, how many of us actually understand what that means? Deep down, we all have two selves, the real self and the public self. The public self is how others see you. Are you the friendly team leader with mad skills and a fat paycheck? Or maybe you're the perfect student, top of the class, the one your parents and teachers love to brag about? When you view yourself through the lens of your public self, you're slapping on labels like, I've got to be this, or I've got to do that. And guess what? That kind of pressure will crush you. You won't be able to show who you really are. In her book, Amy Cuddy shows us that only when you start living from your true self can you tap into your real potential, your presence. This true self knows your core values, your goals, and what you really want to contribute to the world. When you reconnect with that inner self, your cortisol levels, aka your stress hormone, drop, and you start taking control of the situation. That's when you can actually be yourself. Second, let's talk about how easy it is to think we're the center of the universe. Psychologists did this experiment where they asked some students to wear these ridiculous, bright, flashy shirts and walk into a classroom. Afterward, they asked the students how many people they thought had noticed them. Most of them guessed that at least half the class was staring at them. But guess what? Only about a quarter of the class even noticed. From this, psychologists coined something called the spotlight effect. And a lot of us fall into this trap, especially when we're stressed or trying something new. We think everyone's watching us like we're on stage under a spotlight. But here's the reality. We're just a grain of sand in the vast world, and most people aren't paying as much attention as we think. Heck, they might notice you for a minute, but then poof, you're out of their minds. Obsessing over what others think? That's just adding more pressure to your life. The third mental block we face is this. Do we need to succeed first to feel confident, or do we need to be confident first to succeed? Most of us are still trying to make it in whatever field we've chosen, so naturally, when we're in an interview, we feel nervous because we haven't made it yet. We get anxious, we stumble over our words, and we feel unconfident. But here's the thing. If you want to succeed, you need to be confident first. Amy Cuddy has this famous line, "Fake it till you make it." Even if you haven't made it in the eyes of the world, your real self can still be successful. You can fake it by carrying yourself as if you're already a winner. And once you have that confidence, your body will follow suit. Your posture will shift into that of a winner, which is what Amy calls a high power pose. When you strike a high power pose, your testosterone, the hormone that boosts dominance, goes up. That boost in testosterone will light up your brain, change your mindset, and eventually help you tap into your true presence, pushing you toward success. In simple terms, want to be successful? Start acting like you already are. Let your body mirror the posture of a winner. So, what exactly does the posture of a successful person look like? First, let's talk about a high-power pose. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You've just aced your exams, or you've nailed that job offer. Now, how would you stand in a moment like that? That's right. Everybody, no matter where they're from, strikes the same pose when they feel victorious. They throw their arms up in the air. This gesture has been studied by psychologists and is known as a universal victory pose. What's fascinating is that even blind athletes who have never seen anyone celebrate like this naturally use this body language to celebrate their victories at the Paralympic Games. On the flip side, when we lose or face failure, what do? We shrink. We cover our face or hunch over. When we're confident and happy, we bounce around like we're on cloud nine, arms wide, hopping with joy. But when we're sad or embarrassed, we withdraw into ourselves, curling up in a corner. Look at these two sets of poses. It's clear which ones bring positive energy. That's right, the poses that expand your body, that allow you to stretch out, give off higher energy. So, if you ever feel the weight of pressure, try this. Throw your arms wide open. Let your body feel free. Even if you're faking it, pretend you're a winner. This simple change in your posture can immediately shift the chemistry in your body. Your testosterone levels will rise, helping you control your emotions, boost your confidence, and take you closer to success. Now, if you're in a place where you can't fully stretch out, say you're in a crowded office or a meeting, step out somewhere private, like a restroom, and do it there. Or use your imagination. Visualize yourself standing tall in a powerful victory pose, ready to conquer your challenge. If you're heading into a big moment, arrive early, walk confidently, and use those high-power poses to mentally claim the space as yours. Tell yourself, this is my turf, and I'm here to win. The second thing to keep in mind is to always be aware of your posture. It's not just about adopting high-power poses when you're under pressure. On a daily basis, avoid those low-power postures we often slip into, like hunching over your computer, slumping into your chair, or staring down at your phone with your shoulders caved in. These postures slowly sap your energy, weaken your mindset, and dull your thinking. Instead, try to incorporate high-power poses into your everyday life. Put your hands on your hips while brushing your teeth, stretch your arms and legs wide before bed, or position your mouse further away to encourage an open, upright posture while you work. Keep your chest up and your head held high when you look at your phone. And if you catch yourself slipping into a low-power posture, ask your friends or family to remind you to straighten up. Here's something else the book touches on, which is super important. Society often teaches that women should sit modestly with their bodies more closed off. When girls are young, they'll run around and throw their arms and legs wide, just like boys. But as they grow older, boys continue to develop more expansive postures, while girls start to shrink and pull inward. Even young children, when shown gender-neutral wooden dolls, often assume the dolls with open, powerful poses were male, and the ones curled up or closed off were female. So, the author encourages us to remind the women and girls in our lives, whether it's our daughters, sisters, or friends, that if they're sitting or standing in a closed-off posture, they should open up, stretch out, stand tall, and embrace their space. This simple change can push back against deep-seated gender stereotypes and promote confidence and equality. Finally, it's not just about your body language. Facial expressions matter too. Psychologist James Slay conducted a study where participants were told to frown, even though they weren't actually angry. Eventually, all of them started to think about annoying things and actually became irritated. In another experiment, participants were asked to hold a pencil in their mouths, forcing their facial muscles into a smile while watching a cartoon. The ones with the pencil smile found the cartoon much funnier than those who weren't smiling. So, always smile and avoid frowning when you can. Your facial expressions send signals to your brain, either giving you high or low energy. As the old saying goes, a smile is worth 1,000 words. Not only does smiling boost your health, but it also brings positive energy into your life. If you make smiling a habit, it can lead to huge changes over time. In the end, this book, packed with complex research and deep theories, boils down to one simple truth. If you want to succeed, fake it till you make it. Always smile, stretch your arms wide, stand tall, and walk with confidence like the successful person you are. Here's to your success, starting with your own body. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with those who might benefit from it. This is the biggest support you can give me. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch every new video. Every week, we'll dive into a new book with Becoming Better. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.